students, in today's lecture we will talk about the 2G, 3G, 1G model. So first we have to understand the cellular mobile system. So in the previous researches over the cellular mobile, the area coverage is divided into circle wise, having some drawbacks like interference problems is lot of there when we divide our area of coverage in a circle wise. And this area is called the overlapping area. So in order to mitigate this problem, the area is divided into the hexagonal format. So in this hexagonal format, there is no issue of interference and the overlapping. So like this way, from this starting, my generation will getting started. So my first generation, that is 1G, first generation 1G is just like the FDME, frequency division, multiple accessing. So in which we have a certain frequency spectrum and we have to divide our frequency spectrum into multiple subbands. So basically the frequency spectrum is divided into subbands. So as you know, in the FDMA, this is my frequency and it is divided into multiple subbands. And in order to prevent the overlapping and the interference from one frequency subband to the another frequency band, a guard period is used. Guard period, or you can say a guard band. So the frequency of guard period band is 30 kHz and each frequency subband will be 25 MHz for the first generation cellular mobile communication. So normally for the particular users, two channels are allocated for communication. What was that? The first one is called uplink channel, is allocated to the user. The first one is called uplink channel and the second one is called downlink channel. So what was the drawback of the first generation cellular mobile communication? Actually, the drawback is just like it is considered as a surface routing technology in which once a particular entity wants to communicate, then before the communication, the resources has to be assigned. And if the particular entity does not involve in the communication, still the resource is reserved for that entity. So this is not the proper utilization of the frequency bands, and the efficiency of the performance, efficiency of the network is not up to the level. So that's why the drawback is the first one. The drawback was inefficiency because some bands are reserved as a guard band, and the another one is because of surface routing. Inefficiency is created. Inefficiency is created because same frequency can't be used by another cell. because the same frequency can't be used by another cell. So you can see there is a handoff is happening from one cell to the another cell. So this is called cell 1 and this is called cell 2. So once the handoff is made and the frequency is not allotted on the dynamic basis, it is preserved before the communication. So that's why it is not efficiently handles the handoff type of procedure. So during the handoff, lot of call drops is occur. So handoff is very poor over there, and it leads to lot of call drops. Also, you can see there the frequency is not allotted on the dynamic fashion, as well as my whole frequency is divided into multiple subbands, and the two channels you have to allocate to the particular user. So you can visualize that we can't scale the number of users over there. According to the frequency band, I can sustain my number of users. So scalability is also very poor. We can say no support, high number of users. And also because there is handoff strategy is very poor, and also there is inefficiency because of a lot of bandwidth has to be consumed in order to allocate the guard period. So that's why quality of service is very very poor. Means voice quality is not up to the level, and also there is no security. So in order to mitigate this drawback, another research was done, and that research is known as second generation 2G. The second generation system is also known as GSM. Next lecture, and if I got time, then I will start the GSM in the today's lecture also. So the GSM utilizes the CDMA technique. What the CDMA does, CDMA use some encoding such that the same frequency band can be utilized by the same time at the different users. And the interference also not occur because encoding techniques are used. So encode data and voice before transmission. So because the same frequency band can be used by multiple users at the same time, so you can say the quality of service get improved over there because the call will not drop, the connectivity will be high as compared to 1G system. So improve quality of service as compared to 1G. Also, the facilitation of like the voice transmission, like in the calling, one services is also improved that is called the SMS service. And the basic theme is it utilized CDM for channel allocation. And in the last researches of the 2G, there is data services also included, such that the users can utilize the internet. But it was not so successful over the 2G system. But yes, the initiation is started over there from the launching of GSM. So in order to enhance the functionality of GSM, In terms of the multimedia and the internet services, one advanced version, that is 2.5G, was launched. So 2.5G is nothing but it will contain one more module, that is GPRS. So 2.5G is nothing but the GSM plus GPRS. So what is GPRS? GPRS is General Packet Radio Service. So we will see what are the architecture component and the services provided by the GPRS soon. So the first one is, it does not utilize the circuit switching technology, it utilizes the packet switching technology. So in the 2G, there is circuit switching because, okay, this is CDMA is used, but you can read that line that encode data and words before transmission. So we have to encode our whatever the data have to be transmitted and allocation of the CDMA channel to the users before to the communication. So circuit switching is utilized over the GSM. But after the launching of General Packet Radio Service, that is GPRS, it takes place packet switching. So it is extension of GSM and fast as compared to GSM. Because it is a fast and packet switching is utilized, so it enhances the capability of multimedia type of services and the internet services. So in the year 2000, it is deployed. Now come to the third generation, that is 3G. So 3G is having based on certain standard. That standard is known as INT, International Telecommunication Union Standard of or International Multimedia Technology INT 2000 mobile telephony, and it supports high data transmission rate. Why it is supposed high transmission range? Because it utilizes packet switching technology as well as all of the things has to be converted into the digital transmission, means whatever the SMS data, fax data, voice data, first we have to convert into the digital way, then the data transmission will take place. Also the bandwidth is high for the 3G system, so high baud rate, and also all the things, all the signals have to be converted into the digital data. Means it is a data oriented network. Just like in the 2G, it also utilized the packet switching technology, which it means the resources are not reserved previously before period to the communication. And it offers various services because 2G offers just like your SMS services and the voice transmission. And the initiation of the multimedia antenna services was decreased, but in the 3G system it offers you variety of services that are email, messages, video conferencing, video calls, multimedia type of gaming, and some location based services like GPS. So in order to do it more effective way, means because it offers lot of services and the multimedia of things, the research is going on and one protocol was launched, that is UMTS. So after launching UMTS with the 3G system, the speed of 3G is getting increased very rapidly. So if you remember in the year of 2013 to 2015 when the 3G was launched, so there is a lot of speed over there. But yes, it is true that after the recharging and just utilized the net in 10 to 15 minutes, it exhausted all of your data. But you have to convince that the speed and the services are provided by 3G in a well-behaved manner. Yes, it is not cost friendly, that I accept, but yes, this services are well provided by the 3G system. Now the fourth generation, that is 4G. The 4G system supports higher data transmission rate than 3G and 10 times faster data speed it provides you. And it is IP based network, means mobile IP functionalities comes into account when you are utilizing the 4th generation 4G system. So it offers you IP telephony, means IP address based telephone systems, and sometimes it is called VoLTE LTE. So in your mobile phone, if you are using the 4G, then one symbol is situated over the top of your signal, that is VoLTE. So that is called IP telephony. Perfect multimedia gaming and some HD services like high definition voice quality, high definition video quality, and also the video conferencing. And it is based on certain another standards. It is not the advanced version of 3G, 2G, or 1G. It does not cooperate the technology which is already defined in the 2G, 1G, and the 3G. It has its own architecture and it has own standards. So it is based on two standards basically. The first one is WiMAX and the second one is long-term evaluation, LT. So that's why the standards are different and the functionalities are also different. So that's why you have to bought a new phones for access the services of 4G services. Now GSM. So GSM is a successful digital communication system in the revolution of mobile telephony because it is the first one in which the users can move from one location to the another location and stay connected to the phones. So it was very famous in the European country and it is utilized by 800 million people over 190 countries. So its first research is included in 2G system, but after the launching of GPRS, it is converting into the 3G. So in the 2G, it is mm, GSM plus GPRS, and in the GSM 3G, it is GSM plus UMTS. So in the question paper, if I asked that explain the 3G system, then you have to explain GSM plus the UMTS architecture. If I ask like this way that explain the 2G system, then you have to explore the architecture components with the well-behaved explanation of the diagram of GSM and GPRS. And independent of location, WAM provides services. So it is not on the location based, you can freely move from one location to the another location. And it supports two bands, bandwidth usage. If I talk about the bandwidth usage, it purchases two bandwidth from the ITU. The first bandwidth is 900 megahertz and the second bandwidth is 1800 megahertz. Again, the 900 megahertz is divided into two channels. The first one is uplink and the second one is downlink. It is again divided into two channels, uplink and downlink. So what are the services provided by the GSM that we will learn? So GSM provided you three type of service. The first one is called the bearer service. The second one is called teleservices. And the last one is called supplementary services. So we will see one by one what are the bearer services and the supplementary services. So in the bearer services, actually is basically related to the internet and data services only, which involved in your real-time communication. The things related to the internet like gaming or some accessing of the apps, data management. So this type of things are related to the bearer services. And by using these bearer services, you can run any services that are actually hosted at the remote location. Just like in your mobile phones, there is some apps like Gmail app, Google app, right? But Because you are connected to the internet, you just have to press over the app.